15, 16-year-old kid with this badass VR thing on that was like, woo, whoa, you made it to 53. Nice. All right, let me back in. That one sucked. Let me do it again. Like, you just get to,
like that.
You get to keep going.
It's like that Rick and Morty episode where they play that one game, Dave or some shit. They were like, oh, you died of cancer. Hey, good job. You scored a lot of points.
I think it would be so cool. There's another, like, conspiracy that Wi-Fi itself is an alien technology. Like, it's an alien. It's an actual, like, being of people that we have talked to, and that only, like, the highest of high can, like, log in and actually have conversations with these Wi-Fi people, and that they, you know, like, that they've taught us all about the technology and how to use it, and then we sort of have them in our control to, you know, teach us things. But it's, like, really, really strenuous for a person to be in the, you know, like, the space to speak with or, like, communicate with these Wi-Fi people.
So it's like Mariana's Web?
What's that?
Mariana's Web is supposedly a place, it pops up in a bunch of stories about the deep web or the dark web. And Mariana's Web is supposedly this place that you can only get to on the deep web, where basically you can find all the secrets of humanity and all this different type of shit, and like you can only get there if you're like a super hacker.
Oh, I wish. I don't know.
There's all types of crazy dark web and deep web stories. Yeah, it used to be like what my life was like listening to like crazy, scary stories about people who fucked around and ended up in the wrong place on the dark web. And then all of a sudden, these people from the shadow government were hunting them down and like dissecting them on fucking red rooms in the dark web and shit.
I don't think the dark web is real.
Dark web's definitely real.
Nah, I don't think so.
Dude, I've been on the dark web.
I don't think you can. Like, you need special servers that are encrypted and all kinds. You can't just, like, get in the dark web. Like, you have to know all kinds of stuff about programming, and it's not easy. Like, it's not a thing that you could just do.
Dark web. You can totally get on the dark web. I can show you how to get on. Like, the dark web is a real thing. I don't think it's the real one.
I don't think it's real. Like, I think it's just something like a really, like, fancy website maybe, or, like, things that somebody made. Getting into it for real is not even, like, there's not, like, images and, like, things that there's not stuff like that you can look at. It's all coded. Like, it's all within the names and stuff of what it is, and links routed to different links that are different. I mean, it's not like the internet. Like, you don't just search it like a website.
Yeah, you have to have a special browser. It's called a Tor browser. And you download it and you put it on a thumb drive. And then you can access the dark web, and you access these different wikis that kind of guide you to where you can go, to where there's different sites and stuff on the dark web you can go.
Yeah,
it's
but
really
like there
dumb.
are very few sites that even exist. Like there's not even.
Yeah, there's not really anything out there. Like the age of the dark web is over. Like used to be, there was something called the Silk Road, which was completely untraceable, and it was like an eBay site for people to basically go and buy drugs online through the dark web. And the funny thing about it is, it was like it's like really the best advertisement for like for free reign capitalism ever, because it all based on a rating system. So people would buy drugs off somebody off the dark web, and they would have a rating system. And so, like, if you sold drugs that were, like, bad quality drugs and stuff, you get a bad rating. So, like, it ended up being the best way you could buy the purest drugs possible. And then, yeah, there would be people who would get ripped off, but, like, it would be, like, the last time that person sold drugs. Like, that person, like, might, like, score a big freaking deal, and then rip somebody off, and then, you know, they'd never be heard from again online and stuff. But for the most part, a lot of that didn't go down because it was completely untraceable, because the way that browser works is that it actually pings your IP address off all these different IP addresses, so nobody could ever find where you are logging in from. And so, like, you can have email addresses and stuff that you set up on the dark web to where, like, you can set up usernames for these different sites like the Silk Road and shit like that. And, like, since then though, the feds have infiltrated the dark web and stuff like that, and it's not anywhere near what it used to be. But you used to be able to go on there and fucking supposedly hire hitmen and shit, and that was the way you went about doing it. Yeah, there's some crazy stories out there.
Yeah, I like researched it and what it was about and how to do it. I don't think that there's like, I had the Tor thing and looked at the shit. It's way more difficult than people make it seem like it is. It's not like a thing you can just, you have to know programming language. Like that stuff, those links aren't like, I don't know how to, like even like to try to find the medicines and stuff from, like you can order different like medication from Mexico and stuff that you can't get here, and like buy weapons and all this like cool shit and get wild animals. Like you're supposed to be able to get tigers and whatever you want on there too. You can't, dude. You know how hard it is to find a tiger puppy?
Dude, I know a guy who'll sell you a tiger right now.
Dude, I want a baby tiger right now. How much?
A baby tiger? Dude, I know a guy. You gotta get on dark web though.
I don't want to get on the dark web. I just want to buy a baby tiger.
But now there's all types of crazy stories about people would log into the dark web like Illuminati and shit and go into these things that are called red rooms, and people would pay in Bitcoin to pay like some torture guy to like torture somebody and shit, kind of like Hostel, but on the web.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I buy it.
Yeah, I think most of them are just creepypasta, But yeah, I don't know, it might be real. I think there's probably something to it.
I don't know. The only thing I want is to never feel tooth pain again ever in my life.
Is your tooth hurting still? Did they give you any pain medicine?
Yeah. No, they didn't. I told you, so you didn't listen to my story. That's cool.
I fell asleep halfway through your story because it was seriously the most boring thing I've ever heard in my life. And I know it doesn't make for good radio for me to tell my co-host that his story was boring, but you went into way too much detail, bro. I was like, oh my God, come on.
Stories.
I felt like I was in the waiting room waiting for 45 minutes with you while you were telling that story.
I mean, that was a good story then.
I guess in that case it was, because I felt like I was part of it with you. I'm with you, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Well, what do you
Dave,
think what are you most interested in what's coming for the future? What?
Sex dolls.
Sex dolls?
Mhm.
So there's no one to disappoint anymore?
Pretty much. Like, no, what I want though is I want a realistic sex doll that fucking afterwards is like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. It wasn't that bad. It'll be better next time. Yeah.
Like an empathy one. Yeah, I'm sure you could have them programmed however you want.
Right.
You can program
I don't want to
yourself,
I mean, they could make it too realistic. I mean, too unrealistic, and be like, oh yeah, that was the greatest ever, and then I'll just wake up from the Matrix because it was just too unrealistic. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm ready for self-driving cars. I just want to put in the GPS and it do it all for me, and I can look on Facebook or read stuff, and I don't have to watch the road or anything.
Dude, I would so sleep the whole time. I want to say that I would.
You think you'd have room for your apnea machine, like in the passenger seat?
Yeah, dude, like, fucking, that'd be awesome, like a built-in sleep apnea machine in the fucking self-driving car. Why you gotta bring up hurtful shit, Dave? Why you gotta be so hurtful, man? You know I'm sensitive about my snoring.
I'm just trying. It's gotta be real, dude. You said I look like Corky from Life Goes On.
Shit. You do look like Corky, you fucking ugly ass bastard. You look like the fucking alien that fucking is controlling the Wi-Fi. Big, gray-faced fucking alien-looking motherfucker.
Oh, it hurts so much. I just want it to stop. I mean, hopefully these unprofessional, douchey motherfuckers gave me the right shit. Amoxicillin and clavulantane. I'm going to look this shit up. What is clavulanate?
I don't know. Amoxicillin, though, that's something I can't take.
Yeah, because, I'm not allergic to anything because my DNA is awesome.
I'm allergic to penicillin. Which is funny because one time one of my friends gave me some codeine cough syrup. He was like, "Hey man, I got some codeine cough syrup. I didn't really take it because like it like really fucks me up. Do you want to take it?" And I was like, "Well, okay." And then like I drank some of it, but I didn't read the label, and I guess it had penicillin in it, and like fucked my stomach up, dude. Like I was like shitting ashes for like 2 days. It was weird.
Ashes?
Yeah, that's what it looked like, dude. It looked like fucking like just like little shreds of fucking stomach fucking bile.
That's weird, dude.
Doctor, I probably should.
Yeah, I didn't want to go to the doctor for this.
I should.
That's the thing about work. I was like so stressed out about having to take any time off, and it just stresses me out to feel like I couldn't do it. I could barely open my mouth this morning, and it's at least enough for where I can like talk and stuff. But I can't like put food. I can't open my mouth like large enough to take a bite of anything. I haven't eaten. Like it's just some painful shit. I just am ready for it to stop. Hopefully this fucking amoxicillin shit hurries the fuck up, takes this swelling down, because I can't take this shit anymore.
So why did it get all infected? Did you like fucking... You let a bunch
of
shit get inside of it, or...
It happened quick. Like, it started to hurt every once in a while, and then it, like, started to hurt more the next day, and then I woke up the third day, and it was just like, boof, just exploded.
Yeah. So what's some other technologies we should be worried about, Dave?
I say excited about, not worried about.
I'm worried about it, man. I'm old.
Yeah, but eventually, if like this neural link like really works out, we can figure it out. You could reverse that. You could stay a certain age for as long as you wanted.
You could like you're able to like same age.
Yeah, you can have like like I said, you could change into you could enter an age. It has like a conversation with the electronics, the information that stuff is sending your brain, and the way that your everything works. That's what I was saying. You could change the color of your eyes. You could set, to be an age of 35 or 26 or whatever. And the way, because all that stuff would be recorded in your cells, and how once you're able to link up and read that information, they'll be able to see the whole, like what they started as, what stuff went away. Like you'll be able to read that like a book, all the way through all your, like a tree, like how it has lines in it, you can tell how old it is. Similar to that, like digitally, you'll be able to watch the progression or read the progression of your cells as they took place. And then once the programming language was there, you could have the cells talk to each other to reverse what they did. So you could just program it in, hit enter, and over the course of like it would take the same amount of time as you did age. So, like,